Hey everyone, David C. Anderson here coming at you from the KnifeCenter, and it's time to take a look at some of the best new knives that have hit our shelves in December 2019. Let's check them out. So the first is the Slim Pickens from Alliance Designs, which has been on fire since they first arrived. This is a button lock flipper, and when it's closed, you can see that the flipper tab is nice and unobtrusive. It stays very much out of the way, but it's still very easy to use. The handle and blade both appear massive. They have this definite presence when open. We get M390 steel with a hollow grind and a nice continuous curve to the edge, but I especially like these titanium handles. They've got a heavy stone-washed finish in a few different anodized colors, but they fill the hand extremely well, thanks to a pretty broad contour for a folding knife. At the same time, it's milled out on the inside to remove some weight so that it's not super heavy despite its size. It lets me get a nice meaty grip on the knife, and then you can even choke up on this broad area here for finer control of the blade. And you can use that button lock to wrist flick the blade in and out as you please. It's got a nice, satisfying sound when you do it. Overall, it's a very impressive knife that certainly makes a statement when you pull it out. Next is another premium folder, the We Knife Company's Scopio, and the more I mess with this knife, the more I really love it. It has a simple, clean profile, refined down to just the essentials, but thanks to the compound grinds on the blade, there's still enough extra going on so that it's not a completely plain looking knife. We've got CPM 20CV blade steel with a nice continuous curve to the edge. You guys know I like that. And the flipping action is typical We Knife excellence. Very nice indeed. The handles are titanium and they have a nice heavy stonewash texture, just like that Alliance we just looked at. And the construction is sort of what we're referring to as a split integral design. It has two pieces of metal, but each is milled to fit perfectly together with no backspacer or standoffs. It also has a hidden lanyard attachment point here at the back and a really interesting looking pocket clip. But despite the look of that there, it's still very comfortable. In fact, the best part of this knife overall is when you hold it in the hand. It slips right into a perfect grip and you're ready to go. So one more premium knife really stood above the rest this month, and that's the MKM Tomorrow, unmistakably designed by Jesper Vaknaes. This is a smaller drop point design that's easy to carry. We've got about 2.7 inches of M390 steel with distinct Italian touches like that crown spine. The handles contain a liner lock on this one, and they're made with either milled titanium with a really cool swooping design, but also available with micarta, G10, or carbon fiber, all with that same cool three-dimensional shape. There's even a more premium option with a Damasteel blade and a milled pattern on the handle that mimics the Damascus twist. Now the knife comes with different pocket clip designs depending on which handles you choose. You get either a wire clip or the milled titanium clip that you see here. Overall, it's a really nice, tidy design, and it's further proof that Vaknaes is one of the top designers out there today. Next is a new slip joint design from Real Steel and Ostap Hell. Based on their popular Metamorph flipper, this is the G-slip wearing KnifeCenter exclusive natural micarta handles. You get that great classic slip joint mechanism with modern, yet still kind of rustic handle material, and you get modern steel as well. VG10 stainless, good stuff, and we get nearly 3.5 inches of blade. It's got a flat grind and a fuller on each side that acts as the nail nick. And it even has about a 2/3 stop in the action of the blade, so it's safer when you go to close it. And as if all that wasn't enough, it even has a pocket clip. It is reversible and it's deep carry, keeping it nice and unobtrusive. And thanks to the wire construction, it's got a really classy look when you have it in your pocket. So next up, and probably the thing I'm most excited about this month, is a new variant of the SOG Terminus XR, now sporting S35 VN steel. A really nice upgrade, especially considering that right now, at its introduction, this is only an $80 knife. It uses their XR lock, which is their competition to the Axis lock, and they've even managed to dial in some excellent flipping action, typically a problem area for this style of lock. But it's no problem here. The handles themselves are G10 with a carbon fiber overlay, and they've been milled with these diagonal lines for a nice bit of texture, and it's got just enough length for a 4-finger grip on my slightly larger hands. Combined with the 3-inch blade length, this is a great option for EDC, and it's great to see all the features you get. That S35 VN steel, crossbar style lock, reversible deep carry pocket clip, all for a nice low price. Next up is the Spyderco Sage 5 Lightweight. Now the Sage series exists of course to showcase different locking mechanisms, and the 5 features Spyderco's very own compression lock. This lightweight version trades its G10 duds for FRN, bidirectionally textured for all-weather traction. Now this knife is similar in size to the Para 3 Lightweight, but you get better steel, S30V in this case. So if you'd wished that the Para 3 came in a higher end steel, you might want to check this knife out. Spyderco really nails their EDC designs, and this one really hits a lot of those greatest hits that make them so good. We've got a wire deep carry pocket clip, full-size finger choil, easy one-handed opening, and efficient cutting with a full flat grind. So we're going to go smaller now with the Best Tech Tulip, a mini Kiradashi available as a frame lock or a dual detent friction folder. And these are some awesome pieces of pocket jewelry. Now the frames are titanium and you can get them in a spectrum of colors, including a plain gray, but their anodization job is really good. There's a lot of deep color going on that really even reflects and changes a little bit as you move it in the light. The blades are front flippers made from M390 steel, and you get that nice acute tip. Great for scoring and piercing, which makes it a great option for doing what a lot of us do all the time it seems, opening up boxes from online shopping. Another quick fun fact about this knife, this is an Ostap Hell design, which is the same guy who designed our G-slip you saw earlier. He's definitely making a big splash this month. So we're going to finish up with a couple of budget knives that I'm really liking this month, each from a budget subsidiary of one of the big Chinese name brands. The first is from Artisan Cutlery's sub-brand CJRB, and this is the Gobi. They're maintaining their price point of under $40 for these knives right now, and we get a D2 steel ball bearing flipper with a liner lock and contoured G10 handles. Really an awful lot for the money. It's great to see them doing more adventurous blade shapes in this lineup as well. We get this really cool trailing point design with the curve flowing into and inverting in the handle. Great for long slicing cuts with that profile, and we get a flat grind and a stone-washed finish for durability. It feels great in the hand, it looks great to the eyes, and it should perform very well. Next up is a knife from Sevilla We Knife Company's budget brand, and this is called the Hooligan. This is also a liner locking D2 folder, although there's no bearings in this case. Instead, we get smooth bronze washers with thumb studs for actuation. We get a great blade size for EDC, it's just under 3 inches. A bunch of stuff this month actually has been under 3 inches. I'm a big fan of that length. And this knife has a hollow grind, and they keep it nice and thin behind the edge as well. Should slice very well. The thing that really sets it over the top though are these micarta handle scales. I'm really liking micarta at this price point because it's got a nice, comfortable, and warm feel in the hand that G10 in plastics just can't match. There are a few different traditional colors that you can get, but the coolest option by far is this particular material, which they're calling snakeskin micarta. So that's it for this month, and this is actually our last best of list for 2019. Be sure to let us know what you think of our picks down in the comments, and let us know if you'd pick something else as well. In the meantime, to get your hands on any of them, you can click the links in the description to head over to KnifeCenter.com, and be sure to sign up for our Knife Rewards program while you're there. Because as I've said many times, the only thing better than a new knife is free money to spend on your next one. I'm David C. Anderson from the Knife Center, signing off. See you next time.
I can use that.
Over the weekend about what's this designed for? Someone said cheese knife.
Yeah. Get out of it.
Need to redo anything or?
No, you're
roll?
good.
Okay.
I'm just getting distracted.
Okay.
Beans.